Hi guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Kook Shed, my own little YouTube channel where I share ideas and tips and even some reviews related to surfing and bodyboarding. Today we are going to have another look at removing a tail pad from a surfboard. So from time to time you might have an old tail pad on your surfboard, or you might have bought a second-hand one, second-hand board that has an old tail pad on it, and you might want to remove it for whatever reason, maybe put on a new one or just remove it altogether. So in the last video, I've got another video that you might want to check out. I talked about a sort of an environmentally friendly way to remove tail pad from a board, like without the use of much heavy chemicals, whereas this one is more about just using whatever you can get that will do the job. And so this one's got stronger chemicals. This method uses stronger chemicals, so just be aware of that if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. Maybe wear gloves or whatever. Anyway, it's up to you to protect yourself there. So first of all, some people will actually get a rag before they even try to take the pad off. They'll get a rag and soak it in turpentine. So it's a bottle of mineral turpentine. You can get it at most supermarkets, hardware stores, that sort of thing, and they'll just soak the pad overnight. I don't do that. First of all, I try and peel off the pad as much as I can first. I'll warm the board up a bit. I'll put it in the sun for a couple of minutes so the rubber's a bit softer, and then I'll just try and get an edge up and work my way across the pad. Now, if you've got a really old tail pad, it's going to be pretty hard. Like, I've had some really perished tail pads, and you'll find that the glue underneath has gone really hard and has bonded to the board over a long period of time, with getting salt on it and sun, and they're really hard. So be prepared, you're in for a bit of a long hard battle to get all of it off. If you're lucky, the tail pad is still quite supple, the rubber's still not too bad. Another thing is the tail pad. This is a two-piece pad, so it's all one. There's all one piece there. Each thing is one piece, but you get a lot of tail pads that have got cuts in them. The design has cuts in them, grooves and things like that, and they're much more fiddly because as you're pulling, bits will break and you have to start again and find an edge to pull up, that sort of thing. And that's why the soaking in the turps overnight might help it lift off quickly. Another thing I use is like a surfboard wax scraper. You can get these at surf shops or online surf shops. This shape has been really, I really like that because you can put quite a bit of effort into it instead of just the small wax scrapers or wax combs, which you can still use. I've used them before. The wax comb if it has a solid side, as in there's no grooves in it, you can use that. But I've just found the ones with the handle are good because you can get more leverage and you can put more pressure into getting the pad off. So yeah, I'll just use this to sort of scrape off once I've put some terps sort of around the edges, or if you have soaked it with terps. This should help lift most of it. Now, once the rubber's off, you'll find sometimes that the glue is still there. You'll get patches of the old glue. It might be like a discoloured orangey yellow, that sort of thing. it can even be dark, like the colour of the pad itself. So that's going to be your main trouble to get off. So in the last video I touched on this stuff. It's like an organic, this one's called Orange Power. It's like, sort of like a goo remover. You can find a few incarnations of this. This is a Planet Ark one. So it's designed to be pretty mild, friendly, environmentally friendly liquid. And I will actually just put some droplets of that on the hardened glue and leave it to sit for a while, and then have another go at scraping it with the wax scraper. Now, it just takes a while. You might have to reapply and reapply. It does work, this stuff, but I've actually found like a combination of this and the terps can work really well, especially with those tougher ones to get. So I'll soak the hard glue, the brown bits, with this, and then scrape, and then I'll try a bit more terps over the top, and just keep working at it, scraping it. Maybe use a rag, and using your fingernail or finger to sort of just rub it. Whatever's going to just wear it down. Like I said, if you're lucky, it's going to be pretty straightforward if the pad's pretty new. But if it's old, you might have to use a few methods. So that brings me to the last resort. So if you're having trouble getting all of it off, even over time, and working at it, try this. It's the Humble Fly Spray, right? So this is a fly and insect killer, right? It's look, I don't like using this. It's pretty strong stuff around the house and things like that. I've just had a can laying around. Now, the cheaper the better with this stuff, right? So for some reason I've found the cheap, nasty, hard stuff, the fly and insect killer, or it's like a surface spray, or one that you spray, like if there's a spider or a fly or whatever in your house, it's designed to spray onto the insect and kill it quite quickly. I've found the cheap stuff works really good. It must be some additive in it. It's probably really bad for you. Like I said, this review, or this tutorial's got the nasty chemicals in it, unlike the other one. Yeah, so I spray this on the glue that won't come off. I'll spray it on the area and I'll let it sit, and then I come back with that scraper, with the wax scraper, and then work on it again. And you'll actually find that it works well in combination with the goo remover and the terps. You should be able to get all of the glue off, so you can either reapply a new tail pad, or just clean it to put wax over the top. So another thing is, once you've done all that, wash it with water. Get a damp cloth with water, rinse it all off before you apply the new tail pad or your wax or whatever. So you don't want all those chemicals going in the ocean, in the water, that sort of thing. Make sure you clean it all off before you use your board in the ocean. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helped you get your tail pad off. Like I said, the ones that are multiple pieces and the ones that are got grooves in them, slots in them, and the ones that are really old, the tail pads that are really old, they're going to be your troublemakers. So just have a bit of patience, time, leave some time to soak, and apply the chemicals, and then go away and do something and come back, let it do its thing, and hopefully you'll be able to get your tail pad off, and you can move on to whatever you want to do with your board. So that's pretty much it. If you found it helpful, hit like. If you've got other ideas that I haven't mentioned in the video that you found work, yeah, let us know in the comments. It might help someone else out there in the community, surfing community. And yeah, if you want to see more ideas and tips and even some board reviews and equipment reviews and that sort of thing, hit subscribe, and I'll see you here next time on Coop Shed. Catch ya.